Hello and welcome to another video. This video isn't about Retro Odyssey. I figured a little bit of self-promotion never hurt anyone. This is actually about this. I bought this from Amazon yesterday. I didn't even know this existed until last night, and it just looked really cool. So I thought I would pick it up. It was £25, and I had a look online, some reviews, and yeah, it just looked like something that is really, really nice. So we're going to open it up. Just been delivered. There we go. It is, as you've probably guessed by the title of the video, the Final Fantasy Ultimania archive. Volume 1. This is kind of like a making of kind of thing for the first 6 Final Fantasy games. These were magazine style guides that were originally published in Japan, and Dark Horse, in collaboration with Square Enix, have had these translated into English and put in a book. It's quite a big book as well. You can see how big that is there. So we're going to open this up. Take a quick look. There are 3 volumes of this. Well, there are 2 at the minute, and another one coming out in just over a month's time. Volume 2 covers games 7, 8 and 9, and Volume 3 will cover 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. I believe that's right. I may have got those wrong, kind of. I'm pretty sure that's how they lay them out. So yeah, this covers 1 to 6, as you can see. Now, I was never massively into Japanese RPGs, but I recently played Final Fantasy, the first one, on the Retro Odyssey podcast, and really enjoyed it. Well, I say recently, it was about a year ago at this point. And I also have been playing Final Fantasy 14 for the past 6-7 months or so, and I decided I wanted to get more into the series. So I actually have, if I just pan over here, I have, you can see on PSP, Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3 and 4. 3 is the one with Japanese writing on it, as you can see there, because it wasn't actually officially released for the PSP in English, or rather in England, but the PSP is region free and it has an English language option on there, so I had to import that one. But let's have a look at this book. Really nice looking thing. Really nice quality binding on it as well, you can tell from that. I'm not going to go through the entire book, but just a quick flick through. You've got quotes from the games there. That is the intro quote from the first game right there, and various other ones. I mean, I've not actually played through the other ones yet, but I intend to go through the entire series. That's why I've bought all of those games. So I'm going to go through them one at a time. I may not complete all of them 100%, but we will see how far I get in each one. So looking at the content, you've got stuff like art, story, characters, world, monsters, extra content, memories, which I believe is just stuff from the dev team talking about the game, and you've got like a similar kind of thing for each of the games on here. So there's a hell of a lot of content in this book. Really thick pages as well. Got the original Final Fantasy there, all the different versions, all the title screens from each version, box art and stuff. for everything. And it's essentially like I said, like a big art book, behind the scenes kind of thing, looking at the making of each game. You see concept art here for everything. Screenshots telling you about the story of the game. Characters for each game, how they relate to one another. Stuff like that. And I believe they have maps in this as well for the games, which is quite useful. Yeah, there we go. So there is a map of the world from Final Fantasy 1. And it's just a really nicely presented kind of thing. He's a scary looking fella. Who's that guy? A troll. They don't quite look this grotesque in the game. That's the limitations of NES sprites, but you can kind of forgive them for that. As you can see, the Final Fantasy game kind of took a lot of inspiration from Dungeons and Dragons, because that is clearly a Dungeons and Dragons monster right there. Let's flip forward a little bit. Extra content, showing opening screens, map images, sprite data, just all these little interesting behind the scenes kind of things. And you can see like that entire one section of the book is like just for Final Fantasy 1, so it does go really in depth. We've got Final Fantasy 2, really nice artwork. I believe that's cover artwork for Final Fantasy 2. And yeah, just like a quick flick through, it's really nice. And you've got like the same kind of stuff for each game. And a lot of these, you'll find them in the other games as well. One of the things with Final Fantasy, even though they don't really have connected stories, they often have like monsters and stuff like that showing up. I mean, that guy, Marlboro, I've definitely fought one of those, or quite a lot of those actually in Final Fantasy 14. A lot of these things do come up time and time again, just in like slightly different forms. So you can see like the amount of depth that these things go into here. Like I said, I'm just flicking through it a minute. I'll have a proper look later on. But really nice artwork, really nice presentation for the games. And I will more than likely be picking up the other volumes. Like I said, volume 2 contains the next few games. It either contains 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or it contains 7, 8 and 9, and then the next one has 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I don't entirely remember right now. But I'll be more than likely picking those up. They are a bit expensive, but for the price, you know, you are getting a really nicely presented book, all translated from the original Japanese here. And it's just nice to see these games presented in a way that you wouldn't normally see them presented, with like the concept art and stuff like that, and just showing what goes into making all of these. So yeah, it was just something that I found really interesting and wanted to pick up. So I figured, I have Amazon Prime, you know, I can get it like next day delivery, so I ordered it last night and it just came. So looking forward to getting into this. And we'll have a quick look at the back cover as well. I've actually got a sheet on the back cover. So it just gives you like a little overview of what the book is about. So yeah, that was Final Fantasy Ultimania Archive Volume 1. And I'm definitely looking forward to getting the other volumes in that. So if you enjoyed this video, please click like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.